Today I wanted to show this specific build for stands that I have just thought the idea would be very good. So here is Killer Metallica Requiem. I mean, at least in this case it's Requiem, because I used the Requiem arrow over here. It buffs your damage exponentially, but you gotta have a specific build. You're gonna have the same amount of power and special, and your amount of power from the scalpels and every other move. It has to be less than 3,000 for it to activate. So if you have anything above 3,000, for example the R move, it's not going to work. So let's take a closer look how much it buffs your damage. It's just a 5 times or maybe even a 6 times boost. In this case, it's just a 6 times damage boost, but it's luck. It's luck based. So sometimes it would be like 2 times. You get at least a 2 times buff from one of the scalpels. So if you do get lucky enough, you do get a 6 times buff for the whole move. But most of the time you're not going to get it. So let's take a closer look at the E move right now. The E move is going to do, I'm pretty sure I just got a 6 times damage boost combo because probably all of the scalpels that I just used, I'm pretty sure they all did the new sub ability for Killer Queen Alternate Universe. In this case, mini explosions. It is going to cause a mini explosion every time you deal damage. So I mean, it's a chance, and it really is overpowered. It needs power to be able to be activated. So you're gonna power base Metallica, and actually you're gonna both power and special base Metallica. Because if you go pure on power, you're not gonna activate the bombs, and if you go pure on special, you're also not gonna activate the bombs. Endurance in this case is not needed, but I kind of got a little bit of the endurance over here. My trait is balanced, and in this case it's just 0.5 more. Like every stat is like boosted by 1.05 times. So I mean, that's okay. And why am I telling you this is a 6 times damage boost? Because if I punch, because I just got a damage boost from the sand level. I just beat Tio, so I got more damage from my punch. That's a lot of damage. So you can see, you can use a calculator to count all the damage. You can pause the video and divide the higher number by the lower number, and you're going to see specific boost. Might not actually be a full boost, but when I did it with stand level 0, it was a 5 times, it would be a 5 times boost, but also you have to count the 1000, the damage, the basic damage from your punch, or from any other move. You have to count it as well, so you're gonna get a 6 times boost with damage to the overall move. It's actually like an overall scalpel, because right now you can see I almost killed that giant dummy over there, but if I use it again on this one, you can see, for example, this one just completely got owned and it died. I guess that is the combo for 6 for all the scalpels. I'm not sure how many scalpels there are, but you can see it's just random. It can sometimes one shot, sometimes like 2 shots the dummies. You can see really deals a ton of damage. So you also got to use a T move in this case. This really is a big damage dealer. Rapid instant damage. Oh, I'm not taking that. Don't need it. Now, you gotta bless this if you want, like, maybe even an infinite amount of damage. If you get really lucky, you could do a super big combo with Saintly. Because Saintly, you're gonna get definitely a burn from the scalpels, and that will cause an explosion. Now, the explosion might cause another burn, and that burn will cause another explosion, and then you have another chance to cause another explosion. It will just chain through the explosions until it does not randomize from the burn. So you get a 1/4 chance every single time, every explosion. At least in this case, the explosions, they kind of suck, but you might be able to finish off some people with this burn. You're probably going to get it because there's a ton of scalpels and there's like a ton of damage going around. It's not only one damage indicator, you can see. There's a ton of them. That means that rapid damage is dealt, and the chances for Holy Flames are actually increasing by a ton. So you're basically going to get a 100% chance you're going to get at least one more burn. You're going to get a lot of explosions. So you're going to be extremely overpowered. If you get Saintly with this, then you're going to be basically really be a killer Metallica. Because it just changes explosions every time. It is random, but it does change explosions. So spin this thing and Requiem it. Spin because it passes through all blocks and defense buffs and anything like that. It just sets their defense to 1, and you're then able to do it so much damage that they're definitely gonna die. And you can also just use the Q move to just go around invisible, and you can see that use the U move, the E move, and it did deal explosions. I wouldn't nerf this because it's already nerfed. I would probably nerf the damage from the bombs, but I don't know if that's nerfable. So, if you got any Gang Wars comps, I would definitely use this stand, because you could just completely wreck some people with this. Maybe no one thought of this because it's new. Well, in this case, I kind of thought of this already. It is super overpowered. You could possibly check this on like an Ultimate Dummy, Titan Dummy. We can go to Titan. But I mean, it's not like everyone has Titan Dummy's health. Their health is just higher than usual. Probably just because I haven't spinned it yet. But spin is probably going to reveal your location, so if you don't need to spin, because you know that you're going to kill them eventually, don't spin. Don't use the X move to reveal your location, because the particles are going to appear. You can see that it does deal a ton of damage, and this hasn't even been spinned yet. And it hasn't been leveled up with the stand levels. And you can see that every time I leveled up, it was 1,470, and the other value was 2,331 with one punch. So I don't know how overpowered this is going to be. Every time I'm going to level up from the stand levels, it's just going to get better and better, and then you have to get Saintly. I'm pretty sure, I mean, Heavenly could work too. But Heavenly has a lower value and there's less rapid damage, and Heavenly would just be just a damage boost, because Heavenly would definitely surpass the 3,000 damage that you can get to activate the explosion. So if you really got lucky, you can explosion chain and burn chain, and you could just really kill some people. But that's like ultimate luck. I don't think anyone would be able to get like more than 1 or 2 chain explosions. So really, if you got this Saintly Killer Metallica with Spin and Requiem, then this is going to be really wrecking the servers. You need to make sure to get stand level 10 though, so the most power out of it. These are my stats. So you got power 700, special 700. You can see they're both the same. I'm pretty sure if you do not have the same amount of both of these stats are not the same amount, then it's gonna decrease the chances of explosions happening, and then eventually it's gonna decrease it to 0. So it has to be perfectly balanced, just as this trait says, as all things should be. And then you get the endurance 601. This is just the leftover from all the stats I got here. I think this is definitely a good comp stand. Definitely Metallica is an OP stand. You can also, if you're gonna like use the aura game pass on this, you have to remove, you have to switch off your N, because it is not going to help you in any way. It's only going to reveal your location, just as Spin's particles will, Hamon's particles will, and I'm pretty sure Rock Human might actually reveal you fully, because it might not, but might. Oh, you can see, I don't know why, I just got flung by that guy over there. So I think that probably wraps it up. I don't think there's anything else I could possibly show you. I mean, I could possibly show you that the other moves, they do not deal any sort of explosion damage. In my case, this would be R, that does not deal any damage. It's super low, has a big delay, and it really helps me to get rid of their iron deficiency. So this is so good, because even if they do survive all these attacks, chain explosions from the burns and everything, then I actually think, since there's going to be so many burns through all these explosions, I think the chain explosions is going to go around 5. Oh, so it's going to last a very long amount of time. This is really going to be overpowered. If I get it, well, I might make a video about it, because it's so OP, like really. So R, you saw that R did not work. Well, for Y, I just have to hit it. It's basically a rip-off of Bassett's projectile, of course it is. It's basically Acting Baby and Bassett fused together. You get a magnetic force that pulls things in. You get a speed boost when you're invisible. It just kind of feels like a rip-off of Acting Baby, but Acting Baby didn't release these like location points that you could possibly use to locate Metallica. So if I hit the Y, in this case, I'm pretty sure I can't hit the Y. Oh, you can see I did hit it, but I didn't get the explosion effect. So I have to hit the nail. It's not going to be easy, but you can see it doesn't cause explosions, because definitely would have caused explosions already. Because it's over like 8,000 something damage. So, and then you basically only rely on using the E move and the T move. But that's mostly where you're going to be needing to like survive and kill people as a Metallica. And basically, I think without these, you're gonna basically be depending too much on the iron deficiency. But that's still a cool thing. Right now, you got a very, very good. You can see my punch really does deal a ton of damage, and is really powerful right now. So, you know, I'm just gonna use F, and I'm just gonna use Y on this guy, or just E. I'm pretty sure you need to use Y for him. And then you F, and Y, and then you're gonna be able to do things the right way. Yeah, bro, this is too OP. You can just scalpel things and just destroy them. Nerf the damage from this, please. The multipliers are too high. I don't think you're able to nerf this, actually. This might be the game breaker that has yet to come. People are gonna be like, what killed me? And then they don't know. This is Metallica as base and Killer Queen Alternate Universe as the sub. Well, yeah. But here's the thing. You cannot use the U move. Because as the Trello says, you aren't able to use U moves if it's a non-humanoid. But still, you do have the passive abilities from the stance. So I just thought, why not make Killer Metallica a thing? It would basically be called Killer Metallica Alternate Universe in this case. Do not use it with the normal Killer Queen, it would suck. It would have a chance of causing an explosion, 66% amount of damage. And that would just really suck, because this buffs the damage to be a lot higher. Like, one scalpel is, instead of like, I don't know, it's like a very big damage buff for the scalpel. It's like 5 times damage buff. Like, causes so much damage. And I don't think any healing would really help in this case. They're just gonna suffer a ton, because look, the scalpel cooldown is basically 0. It's like a few seconds. It's like maybe 3 seconds or 2.5. You can just spam this move so hard. You can also T. You're just really gonna annihilate some people. Like, so I think this has definitely been. Also, Metallica has no pose. Yeah, a very long video about Metallica being fused with the Killer Queen Alternate Universe and then getting a really OP buff and damage. Chain explosions. That's the thing I want to know, if it works. But you really gotta be specific about the blessing. I'm gonna bless it. Kill Diavolo, get that corpse part, bless your stand, and pray to Dio that you will get saintly, or else you will not be able to chain explosions. You could possibly spawn orbs. But I mean, I guess that's it. And goodbye.